going to be a great day for golf, but it's important also to play it safe out there.
Yeah, Fox 2's Tim Lammers has a look at how Hartford Healthcare is helping golfers at the tournament avoid getting injured. This is a big thing, Tim.
It is. I know golf is a relatively non-contact sport, but it's still very easy to hurt yourself, as I have done many times. I'm happy to have with me now Wendy Nichols from Hartford Hospital's or Hartford Healthcare. She's a physical therapist, and she oversees the Center for Musculoskeletal Health. A pleasure to meet you. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, glad to have you here. I got a whole list that you've given me here of common types of injuries that golfers face. First and foremost, I see is back pain.
Oh, yes.
How common is that?
It is very common. As we get older, our spines start to get a little stiffer, so back pain is very common with the rotation that you need in order to make a good swing.
Okay, what about, first of all, I'm a golfer, and I've never heard of golf elbow. What is golf elbow?
Yes, golfer's elbow is actually a strain of the ligaments on the inside of the elbow.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
Simple enough. There's rotator cuff injuries, tendonitis in the wrist, knee pain. I don't want to say how common, because those happen, but do you see those more in golf than you see in other sports generally?
You do. You do tend to see a lot of it in golf. You have a lot of people who go out and play golf, but they're not necessarily in the best of shape.
Yes.
So they do tend to get injured a little more often than those who are more in shape and do exercise regularly.
So what do we do about it?
You stretch. Stretching is key. I keep saying that over and over again to everyone. You have to have a good stretching program.
Okay. What are the big muscles you want to hit if you're trying to do it quickly on the first tee?
If you're a golfer, you typically want to get more of the rotation, so you want to stretch out the spine itself.
Yeah.
If you think about every swing you take, you're doing rotation of the spine, so you want to stretch it out so you don't get injured.
Okay, tell me about the center. What makes the center there so unique?
The center is so unique because we have a state-of-the-art motion lab, and we have cameras all over the lab where we can capture 3D motion.
Ooh. All right.
Yeah.
Does that work for athletes too? Or?
Any athlete.
Yeah.
So we can look at you running, we can look at you jumping, pitching, hitting a golf ball, and
Yeah.
really any sport.
Okay. And there's a special assessment, I guess, program that you have for athletes too?
Yes, there is a, every athlete that comes to our center gets a full assessment.
Yeah.
So we not only look at the way they move, but we look at their flexibility, their strength, their diet, nutrition, as well as their psychological well-being.
Is it better, is it harder or easier working with athletes? Because A, they're in shape, but B, maybe they push themselves a little harder, sometimes too hard?
Yes, especially the elite athletes, they are in that mentality, that competitive mentality. So it is a lot more difficult to kind of scale them back a little bit, but it is a lot of fun to work with the athletes.
Okay, so if somebody is interested, maybe they want to get an evaluation, how can they get in contact with you and the folks there?
They can call us at Hartford Hospital. They can call us at 860-972-5950,
Okay.
or email us at sportsmedicine@hhchealth.org.
Yes, and remember, if nothing else you take, stretch, stretch, stretch. That's what you have to do. You can't just do it on the first tee. Have it all the time. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
A pleasure to meet you. All right, we got a lot more coming from the TPC River Highlands here, the Travelers Championship. Jordan Spieth did birdie his third hole of the day. He is now at 8 under par. Get out here. You still have plenty of time to see him as he's just starting his round. So we'll be back with a lot more on Good Day Connecticut when we return.